The cover art is very still important to me. And
Is it?
Yeah.
We're in an age where you don't physically buy music anymore.
Well, I'm from the age where if the cover looked dope, I just grab it. Like, it has to be dope. Like,
That's right.
I don't care if it's, what kind of genre. Like, look how sick the cover is. Just the dude, with his chest hair out or whatever.
Prince.
Or it's just like Ohio players, they got, just a picture of the girl, a beautiful naked body with honey flowing off her. I'm just interested in what this is about, Like, just pick this up. I could be crazy, but yeah. But, like all the best albums to me, they always had the iconic album cover. Can you imagine, like...
I think some stuff makes an album cover iconic. I remember when I first saw the Chronic's cover, I was like, this all Dre got? And then I heard, I was like, Dre. Yeah. So, but how like I'm inspired by music, inspired by other artists. Like I can remember just staring at some of Banksy's pieces that went up worldwide and just thinking to myself, like, I'm gonna be a rebel like him. And this is like as we're going in the Run of Jewels. And then later we got invited to play Dismal Land, to play Banksy's actual thing. And I was overwhelmed, you know what I mean? But his art had inspired me to just keep my music rebellious. What inspires you to keep your music on the course that you feel? What other art or what other artist or what other inspiration inspires you to stay the course? Because a kid that comes out of church, that plays drums, becoming a popular musician, is not all the time. In these days, it's not the likely. It used to be the way. You came to the church. But in these days, like you and me are a rarity. Like we're church kids. Yeah. We're not supposed to be up here cursing, looking at girls thrash about. Right. Yet somehow we are.
Yes, yeah. That's how it goes, man.
Shouts out to Yeezy.
Yeah. There's so many people that come up under this, the same upbringing that you need to have those experiences. I feel like, I don't understand that people that.
I think everybody should go to a small black church before they die. Like, it's my mission next year to go to Al Green's church.
Yeah.
Like, Al Green, my mom had me at 16, and she got married to my non-bio. I got two dads, a bio and a non-bio dad. She married my non-bio dad. So my grandmother was like, you guys go figure out how to be married. I'm going to keep this little kid. And I stayed with her, of course, and my mom left me her record collection. No. So I got left Curtis Mayfield, Confunction, Ohio Players, and I could remember I'd play Al. And it just felt like literally the music that I was hearing at my grandmother's church, but somehow cooler, right? And that's before I knew Al had actually come out of church. And then he got, of course, it was a tragedy happening. He went back to church. But one of my missions is to go to his church just to watch him sing. Who do you like out of...
Al Green. I love Al Green. I've been listening to a lot of Dionne Warwick lately. I feel like she gets slept on.
People sleep.
She slept on, yeah. Like, I just think the music was so creative that she was doing, like, ballads, and I really love, what's the producer, Burt Bacharach, and stuff. I just feel like they were really creative for that time. Everybody was doing a bunch of cool music, but when I hear other people in that era, they're chasing, like, a sound that was kind of popular. Maybe they were doing the blues or the jazz thing, but her stuff was, like, the lyrics and her
music always felt classy, too. Clean. I like Luther for the same reason. Like, people don't understand how good of not only a singer he was, but producer. There's a YouTube clip, I think at an NAACP award, where he's singing and he looks at Dionne in the crowd, looks at Dionne Warwick in the crowd, and gives her one of those woo 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 riffs, and it's amazing. Who are the artists that you think people should know that they may not know, that you think can give people some inspiration? Old or young, doesn't matter,
Yeah, I don't know. This is probably a really savvy crowd, I don't know. Oh. But I'm just into artists that really just don't give a shit, They were just kind of take me as I am, and I really find people like Miles Davis really interesting.
Absolutely.
People like Nina Simone.
Absolutely.
People's stories that I didn't even know were so intense, like even like Aretha Franklin. You know, people know, I feel like people know the song or two, or they know this persona, but sometimes the stories, the things that they've gone through is really deep. And
the Allman Brothers are that for me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm from Georgia. So, of course, every time I go through Macon and stop at a Waffle House, we're going to be there like an hour listening to the Allman Brothers, hoping the cops aren't out. They did it for me. I like the era of outlaw country when you had like Willie Nelson, Johnny, Chris Christopherson, that music, because it wasn't native to where I was from, but it felt as dark, and not dark in a bad way, but it felt bluesy. Let me say that.
Who made you want to rap? Who made you want to actually rap?
There's a guy named O'Shea Jackson. They call him Ice Cube.
Yeah.
And if you hear my rap style, I'm directly out of the school of Ice Cube. He's my biggest inspiration in terms of, I can do this. Because once I realized I could emulate his style, everything comes out of style. So when you play drums, you listen to other people and then you grew your style. My style kind of grows out of the Ice Cube school. But who literally made me know, okay, I gotta do this rap thing was this little group named Run DMC. So, and when I saw them dressed in all black, starter jackets, bombers, because before then rap was something my mom liked. It was like Curtis Blow, Grandmaster Flash, Furious Fives. It was disco guys, Jerry Curls, lots of girls. All of them looked like drug dealers almost in a like wild, fantastic way. And my mom drug dealer, like when everybody was silking. But Run DMC looked like the guys I went to school with. And I was like, I'm gonna do this. I remember telling my third grade teacher at 9, my fourth grade teacher, I was 9, 10, I said, I'm gonna be a rapper, Miss Ely. And she was like, you're too smart to rap. Learn how to fly planes. So I went and learned how to fly planes at 16, and I came back and was like, nah, that ain't for me, Miss Ely. I like this rapping thing. What made you want to get into it?
Rapping? It's kind of between like my older cousins and and I mean one of the first rappers that really I wanted to be like them was probably Snoop Dogg.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like
Snoop was cool. Everybody
Snoop video, just like he looked, the Run DMC looked like people you know. Like when I first saw Snoop, he looked like one of my cousins. Like he's like literally like ironing his shirt, throwing his shirt on with the khakis, and I was like, that's it, you know.
Yeah.
Like, and
I love Snoop because Snoop is going to be our Willie Nelson. Snoop is going to be 80, still rapping.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, pause. Big Snoop Dogg. He's going to be sitting down somewhere.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. I think a guy that doesn't get his credit is Scarface. Scarface, from a moral standpoint, the morality and the humanity in his raps. Everyone should Google this record called Boy Meets Girl, and it's about it's Romeo and Juliet-ish, and like it's about a drug dealer meets a stripper. They fall in love. One of them is cocaine. One of them is heroin. They die together speedballing. But it should be a Quentin Tarantino movie. It's absolutely amazing.